So over 10 years ago, I remember having a conversation with a manufacturer because they were saying they could see that outboard gear, rack mount gear, was slowing down in sales. And this one manufacturer I was talking to, they had a pretty big product line, and it just didn't make sense for them to keep making certain things if they weren't going to sell. So they did a bunch of research, and it seemed like they found that maximum amount or the average amount that people are willing to spend on outboard gear is $3,500. So they kind of scaled their product line back to their compressors and their mic pre's being around that price range or lower. And anything above that, they kind of uh, discontinued it. And I do see a lot of that going on. That rack mount gear, $3,500 seems like the limit of what people are willing to spend. And there's a lot of people that'll spend more than that, but they're not as much. You think about the average, the most sales you're going to have. Think of it from the manufacturer's point of view. What are they going to sell the most of? And in that $3,500 range is where they're thinking they're going to be, and it's up to that point. So beyond that point, they didn't think they were going to sell much. And if you watch and you look, you'll see a lot of these main manufacturers, they've kind of scaled down their product line to that point, because they knew it just wasn't, with all the plugins and the DAWs and having capabilities inside your computer, you don't need as much of the outboard gear as you used to. And on top of that, the used market has gotten pretty big. So through eBay and through Reverb, people could find the gear they wanted at a reasonable price. So a lot of the manufacturers were kind of competing with the used market, and there's a lot of gear out in the used market. So it was an interesting conversation and observation that I thought I'd put out there. So $3,500, I think that's about right.